reading and speaking. Life at the top. Look at the skylines and match them with the cities. Do you know the names of any of the buildings? Which city do you think has the tallest skyscrapers? خب تو این سوال همونجور که گفته شد باید اسم شهرها رو با تصاویر مچ بکنیم و با توجه به معروفترین ساختمون اون شهر باید تشخیص بدیم که کدوم شهره. Picture A is, as you can see, it's Paris. Picture B is Rome. Picture C is New York. Picture D is Istanbul. Picture E is Sydney. And picture F is Moscow. Okay. Exercise 2. Read the introduction to the article and answer the questions. We have 3 questions and 2 characters who are talking about their own buildings. What's the difference between skyscrapers today and in the past? What kind of people want to live in skyscrapers these days? And what makes living in skyscrapers easier nowadays? Let's read the introduction. What's skyscrapers around the world? همونطور که متن رو میخونم دونه دونه جمله ها رو معنی نمی کنم. معانی رو می نویسم چون خیلی از کلمات رو شما already بلدید. What's skyscrapers around the world were full of offices, not apartments. In 2000, only 3 buildings higher than 200 meters had apartments in them. Today, there are more than 250, many of them luxury apartments for rich people who want to live the high life. Better technology makes life at the top easier. Lifts can now travel much faster, more than 40 meters per hour. Also, the buildings don't move so much in the wind anymore. So, what's it like to live on the top of the world? What's it like? Have you ever thought about that? In exercise 3, you are divided in 2 groups. البته اگه تو کلاس گروهی باشین. اما اگه خودتون دارین میخونین you have a set of questions. Answer the questions. I read the questions, but I want you to find the answers in the text yourself. Where did they live when they were younger? How tall is the skyscraper they live in? Do they live near the top of it? Are there any taller skyscrapers near theirs? Are they scared of heights? What do they love about living there? What are the disadvantages? What are the disadvantages? Okay, let's go to the reading. The first character is Rose Calder-Aroni, 54 years old. She lives in Eureka Tower, Melbourne, Australia. Rose Calder-Aroni is CEO of a medical research charity. She and her husband lived in another skyscraper before they moved into the 91 floor Eureka Tower in 2006. At nearly 300 meters, it was then the world's tallest apartment block. They lived on one of the highest floors of the building with their son Gideon. And Rose loves it. It's not because of the apartment itself, she says. It's very much about looking outside. It's not about the inside. She never gets bored with the view. Every time I look out of the window, it looks different. I notice something new. They are buildings and even taller block of apartments nearby. We will lose a part of our view, says Rose, but we can't really complain. When she's ready to drive Gideon to school, Rose doesn't listen to traffic traffic reports. I just look out of the window, she says. I have two ways we can go, and I can see the traffic from here and take the better one. There's no need to check the weather either. You can see where the clouds are, but you can't see the ground when the clouds are low. Nature can seem a long way away, but it's not. It's only a 3-minute walk to the park. When Gideon was little, Rose says, he came back from a friend's and said, Mommy, we played in the park. And I said, no, that was their garden. The family are fine with heights, but visitors sometimes find it more difficult. They had one babysitter who was so stressed out. She couldn't come back, and people's ears often pop on the journey up, just like an airplane. Okay? تو سوال 5 تمرین 5 3 تا سوال در مورد روز کالدر ارونی داریم. بذار جوابش. Let's answer them. What's more important than apartment to Rose? In the first paragraph says it's very much about looking outside. It's not about inside. So looking outside is very important to her. Why doesn't she get bored with the view? She never gets bored with the view. Every time she looks out of the window, it looks different. She notices something new. And why did Gideon think his friend's garden was a park? Because in the third paragraph, we have the answer. And as I said, because his friend's garden was so big and beautiful that it looked like a park to Gideon. Okay, let's go to Mike. Palumbo, I don't know, 50 years old, water tower place, and it's in U.S. Mike Palumbo was born in the suburb of Chicago. However, when he went to school in the center of the city, he felt at more home there. I loved it, he says. He often looked up at the 343-meter John Hancock, he says, and he often looked up Hancock Tower and dreamed of living in a place like that one day. When Mike became a financial trader, he made a lot of money on the money markets. So he built an apartment in a 262-meter skyscraper opposite John Hancock Tower. The 8-bedroom apartment is on the 64th floor of Water Tower Place, which has 74 floors. Mike lives there with his wife, Veronica, and they look down on most of the other skyscrapers around. Mike got job offers from Wall Street in New York, but he never wanted to leave Chicago. I just love this view, he says. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is open the blinds and let the sun come in. It doesn't get any better. Believe it or not, Mike is scared of heights, but he's okay with them through windows. When he sees a team of window cleaners outside, he always thinks, I wouldn't want that job. The 64th floor is obviously not the easiest place to have small children, but amazingly, Mike and Veronica have twins, and it can take a long time to get everybody and everything into the lift. And are there any other disadvantages to living there? I'm a dog lover, says Mike, but there are people who don't want them in the building. So yes, there are some disadvantages. Let's get back to exercise 5 and answer the questions for Mike. Why did he like being in the city as a boy? It is in the first paragraph. Because he was born in the suburb of Chicago. However, when he went to school in the center of the city, he felt at more home there. So he loved it. And yeah, he often looked up at the tall building of John Hancock and dreamed of living in a place like that one day. Why didn't he want to work in Wall Street? He got job offers from Wall Street in New York, but he never wanted to leave Chicago, so he just loves this view. He says when he wakes up in the morning, the first thing he does is open the wind blinds and let the sun come in. It doesn't get any better. Why does it take him and Veronica a long time to leave their apartment? Because they have twins, and it can take a long time to get everybody and everything into the lift. Let's go to the what do you think part. Would you like to live in a skyscraper? Why or why not? I myself, yes, I would like to live in a skyscraper because I would love to have a beautiful view of the city, and I can see the whole city. Who wouldn't like that? What about you? Would you like to live in a skyscraper? What can you see from your window at home? Is it a good view? Yeah, actually, I can see the street, trees, some houses, and there's a little park near my house, so I can see these things. What's your favorite tall building in the world, and why do you like it? Burj Khalifa is my favorite tall building in the world because it is the tallest building, and it looks amazing, especially at night with all the lights. What is yours? What's your favorite tall building?